Hello fellow builders, how you doing? Mediocre Mauler here, and I say this is going to be a quick one, and I'm not sure. But let's just jump right into it. So, my buddies over there at Interfleet Broadcasting, as I've said in the past, whenever they open their shows, they always toast their subscribers. Fans fuel the fleet. And so I wanted to have my own mug. They have the Battlestar Galactica mugs. It's a pewter Wilton mug. And what they do, they've got the ones that have the Eagle logo on there. And I wanted to have my own for my particular squadron. So what I've done is, obviously, first I've found and purchased the mug. Then what I have to do is design the logo. So since this is going to be for my Colonial Mandalorian, I wanted to have the Iron Heart on there and a little bit something extra, like wings or something. So, but the first thing that had to be done is I had to go into Fusion 360 and design. I had to figure out like the angles and the size and everything. So I went into Fusion 360 and I created not the whole mug, just this portion of it, so I could get this angle right. And I recreated the Iron Heart, and so I could match that curve right there. And this is what I've come up with, right? So it just came off the printer, and I don't know if it's going to fit or not. I'm just guessing. This is all, if I did the numbers the way I was supposed to do them, it should go right on there. But we will find out momentarily. So we're just gonna pop this off. Let's see what I've done. Now, for the moment of truth. Nope. I'm off. But not by much. So, how are we going to fix this? All right. It doesn't look like it printed quite right. That side looks fine. That side doesn't. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, sorry. What I thought I could do was take my sandpaper and lay it on there, and then as I sand it, this is at the angle I need it to be, and I could sand down to my angle. I'm not far off. I'm really not. It's like this side, because it printed okay, does seem to be okay, but this other side doesn't. So if I really wanted to use this, what I could do is I could go on ahead and glue it on there and then backfill the parts that weren't quite right with some kind of putty or something like that. But we're going to try and we're going to reorient this and try and print it one more time. I think I might try and do it maybe flat this time. We're going to try this, see what happens. Okay, fresh off the printer. It looks a lot better. Both sides look like they printed the way they were supposed to, and so let's try this. So there, bottom, and let's see. Well, that's all definitely a lot better. I still have the little nibs on there from, you can see the little points where it printed. So what we're gonna do this trick again. Yeah. So we're gonna do a little bit more sanding on that so you can get a little bit closer. Maybe try some fresh sandpaper. But here's kind of the goal. Now we're still gonna have to grind this piece off right. But here's what my thought was. You have this. And so I wanted to have the iron heart, and then I wanted to have some wings. All right. So where am I going to get wings? Well, it just so happens that I downloaded I have no idea why. I downloaded a 3D model for the classic Thor helmet. You know, the little cone there with the wings coming off the side of it. And so I put that file into the slicer and I reduced the size and I got a little wing. So let's go back. So my thought is something like that. Have that one on either side. Still have to break this one out, glue it, paint it, and we'll be good to go, my friend. So what yeah. So we've got a couple of things we got to get done. So we're gonna get this shaved down, properly shaped. I'm going to get this ground off here so it's smooth, and then we'll be ready to do some attaching to this. But I think I want to paint it before I even put it on here. So anywho, we're going to work on that. I have a suggestion for anybody who plans on doing this build. So what I got was a 2-piece set, and it was only $7. And I mean, no disrespect to anyone from the North Dakota State University for modifying your mug. However, if you're going to do this, I would suggest trying to find a mug that has a smaller logo on it than that, because that was the size of the logo that was on this mug, and you see what it took to get that off of there. That, my friend, was a booger bear to get off. Yes, I said booger bear. So now that leads us to the other interesting part. We have the logo, And here it is. It's our Mandalorian heart. It's got our wings, and I used the antique gold all clad to paint it. So the only other paint this is going to need is I've got a piece of tape in there. I'm going to paint inside there, but I want to adhere it to the mug first. So the question is, where do you want to put it? I never thought I'd be thinking this much about logos and mugs, but walk with me on this. Okay, so if I put it here, right, that's not a bad place to put it, you know. That way I'm splitting the difference. I get to see it, and then whoever else gets to see it. But the thought process would be to put it where the old logo was, which is there. And if I put it there, that's fine. I get to look at it all the time and see it, and I get to enjoy it. But most right-handed people, you know, if there's gonna be a logo on there, it's gonna be on the opposite side so that other people can see it. And also, yeah, I guess I can't put it there because it sticks out so much. It's going to interfere with me drinking, so it can't go there. But like I said, the other thought is, I mean, look at Interfleet Broadcast mug. It's on the opposite side. Random Chatter. It's on the opposite side, so it's on the side that faces away from you. So I'm trying to decide whether it needs to go there or there. I think there's probably, well, okay. If I put it there, if I put it on the shelf, then I put it that way, and then you can't see it. So I think that's going to be where it's going to have to go. It's going to have to go on that opposite side. And then when I put it on the shelf, it'll go like that, and it'll sit up there with the rest of them. Yeah. So that just leaves how we're going to attach it, which is actually the easy part, because I already have done a little bit when I did the placing. I used 3M double-sided tape, and I just used one little piece down the middle. This time I'm gonna go on ahead and put 2 pieces on there, and that way, and I had a rough time getting it off with just the one. So put that on that side. Do one for the other side. Just that simple. I'm going to trim back the edges that overlap. Right. And now the moment of truth. All right. Now, if this tape isn't thick enough, and it should be, I can always double it up. Just put 2 layers in it. But I think it will be just fine. So we are going to make sure we're straight up and down. Look at that. That is awesome. We're going to do the final painting on this, and then we'll be able to call this good. Well, as you may or may not know, purple is my color. So I dug out the Tamiya purple and painted the inside of my my Iron Heart. And I also did a final semi-gloss coat right there over the top of this. And here we have it. We have my Colonial Mandalorian Battlestar Galactica mug. For a quickie build, I'm really happy with this. I had to use the just to get the wings to have some support from the back, I had to use the old baking soda trick, which, you know, you baking soda and the CA glue, and it makes like a rock hard cement that would help support the gap between the Iron Heart and the wing there. That way it's not going to fold in. And because I broke it sanding, a little bit of Bondo to smooth out the little edges there. No, I could go in there and make that a little bit smoother, but I'm okay with it. I'm good with this. And so my friends at Interfleet Broadcasting, just know the next time that you're on the show and you go to toast, I'll be toasting right along with you with my Colonial Mandalorian Battlestar Galactica mug. I know this was a real short, quick one, and I appreciate you taking the time to check it out. And it's time for you to go build something. Get yourself a quickie build in there. Wish I had something to pour in there to drink. I did do a little bit of I was looking for some footage from Battlestar Galactica, and I was looking in the background at some of the other guys' mugs, and you could see areas like this on some of the other people's mugs where they've ground off whatever was on there. So they probably did the same thing we did, or that I've done, is just picked one up where they could get it, grind off whatever logo was on there, and just throw them on the set. So anyway, until we meet again, have fun, be safe, and go build something. Don't forget to check out our merch on TeePublic. The store name is Go Build Something. Pew 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 pew.